we please welcome Chuck Harris?
Thanks. We're going to just go over the pattern real quick, and I'm going to give you the version without any handy turns or anything really difficult, and then we'll go back and discuss some of the options you have to do. So the course starts off with the log jump coming towards the gate, around the end of the ring, up the 7. It's a measured distance, it's a 7. Ride it direct in 7, and you should hold your lead also, because there's not a change of direction. I would suggest riding a little deeper in your corner so you jump this first jump and find the direct line down there. Then you come around, jump the double, it's a 2-stride. After that, you'll go to the end of the ring, and your next jump will be the white jump right here, followed by a left-hand turn rollback to the cream jump. After the cream jump, we'll be jumping this gray to the wall, and then we'll end with the white oxer coming towards the gate. After the white oxer, there are a couple options on where you could go. You can jump that jump, come through here if you want, or you could go to that side of the jump also. It's whatever your horse is most comfortable with and what you're most comfortable with. So we're just going to have Paula run through it once without any of the real handy turns. She may do 1 or 2, and I'll point them out. When you come in the gate, you can either walk down the rail, you have to walk in the ring, and then pick up your trot or your canter. The options coming in the gate are going to the wall like she did, going in front of this white jump, or you can come across the diagonal and pick up your lead. So we'll jump this jump, and then you go to the wall. And use your ring for this part of it. We're just going over the not too difficult part here, and then we can add in a few options. Then up the 7. It rides nice in the 7. Then to the corner. Down to the double. And then this is your rollback here. There are 2 options. You can go in front or behind the log jump, depending on your horse. And then from here, we go to the gray. And she's doing the nice conservative approach. And always remember, you're better off being conservative than trying to be a hero and make a big mistake. And here, canter to the end of the ring, and then you'll trot your circle at this end. So now I'm going to go over a few of the options you have. Jump 1, the bending line. There's not a lot of options. You could jump 1. It's possible to go a little tighter to the island here. If you want to jump, if you want to go in front of the island, it's also an option, or behind and stay close to it. But I would suggest that you make sure that you get your straight line lined up. Because if you come in here too tight and you're too slow in your turn, you're going to have to hustle for the 7 and make it possibly, you'll see people put 8 in there by doing these little tight turns. It's a 7. So go, know what your horse is going to be better at, and do the 7. Then after that, you can go, you don't have to go all the way to the rail. You could go to either side of the island to the in and out. If you go to the inside of the island, I'm just going to tell you it's going to come up really quick. So if your horse lands left, you're not going to have time to change your lead and turn. If your horse lands right and is soft, it is a possible turn there. But also remember, if you land right and you go up and then you have to jerk your horse through the turn to stay to the right side of the island, that's not a bonus. If anything, that's going to be a fault. You'll be handling your horse too much. And then the in and out's going to come up a little fast. It all rides like that horse. This horse has a nice big step, but it all rides nice and quiet. Nothing rides really long. So your next option is the white, roll back to the cream. Paula went behind the logs when she did it the first time. You can also go in front of the log also. Again, it's going to be a decision. If your horse lands right, you got to make sure you have the time to do your lead change. So keep that in mind, knowing your horse, and whatever makes you feel comfortable. If everything comes up real fast to you, take a little bit of the longer approach and take your time so you can breathe. Then after the cream, you can stay close to the island, either side. It is possible to turn in front of the island to the gray, and from the gray, you can go to the wall. Or if you want to be slick, you could also go between the log and the cream. Now remember, if you're going to do that, make sure everything is smooth, that it's not a pull, turn, pull. Make sure it's all smooth. And from here, same again. You can go behind or in front of the island to your last jump. But you've got to be close. You want to hug the island if you go to the outside of it and to the inside, because it's not a lot of room. Does anybody have any questions so far? We're going to have Paula do a couple of the options so just you can see how it rides and see if she makes a mistake. I want you to see if she makes mistakes so you know what to plan for yourself. Okay, let's go ahead and do the rollback, the white to the cream to the gray. White, cream, that gray. Just like the courses. I would suggest if you see the big move up to this jump, know where your horse is at when you land. If you're on a big gallop, you're going to have a little harder time making this turn, but her horse was nice and soft, so that turn came up good. And just remember to continue out of your turn. The inside is an easy option here that rides very nicely. You don't have to do that. Like I said, it's an option. Here, she went to the wall, and now she's going to come in front of the island to the last jump. That came up a little short. So you have to plan that. It comes up faster. You're going to have to ride out of your turn or be steady out of your turn there to know where you're at that last jump. Know your horse. That's the most important thing. Are there any questions so far? What other options are there? We've pretty much gone over all of them. And like I said, they want you to walk in the gate and then pick up your trot or your canter. It's your option what you want to do. And how you get to the first jump is your option. Just know your horse. If you come in and decide to go towards this gray, think about this, because if you trot in here and then you're going to make a left turn, and if you're not cantering, your horse may step off on the left lead there. So know your horse. Yes? Absolutely. Either option for the first jump, either right lead or left lead. You could go down the rail and come to it off your left. If your horse is better off the left and you're better off the left, then jump it off the left. You could do the in and out. This will be a tight one. If you do the in and out in front of the island to the white, it's doable. We may give it a try just to see how it rides. That worked out pretty nicely, and she even landed left. Same thing here, you gotta know where your horse is at. And that rode real nice, so that's an option. But if you don't feel like your horse can do those inside options, don't do them. Make sure you get it done correctly, because turning there and not getting your lead changed, you drop your scores way down. Yeah, there's plenty of room to do this turn in front of here, but they're not going to penalize you if you don't do that turn, okay? Anybody else have any questions?
Okay, so coming off the log, is there room to go borderline instead of the rail?
No, absolutely not. It's set to go to the wall. There's not room. You won't make it through. If you try to go through there, you'll be changing leads 3 times. Good question, though.